Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Archers Guild. It is here that archers the realm over gather to master the bow. We engage the enemy from a distance, ever seeking to alter the course of battle with a single well-placed arrow. If you have a mind to become an archer, then you have come to the right place. Do you wish to join our ranks?
Sure.
Marvelous. Then allow me to enlighten you on the history of both our art and the guild. The bow is an ancient tool that has existed since before our fair nation came into being. As an implement of war and hunting both, it protects from our enemies even as it keeps us fed and clothed. Archery as practiced in Gridania was born of two distinct styles of bowmanship. The first was devised by the longbow sentries of the Elysian who once ruled the lowlands, where the second belonged to the shortbow hunters of the formerly nomadic Makote. As you will doubtless be aware, both races ultimately came to call the Twelveswood home. Though the two peoples began as rivals, they gradually learned to live together in harmony. During this time, they learned from one another, and their two schools of archery intermingling to give birth to the art as it is known today. But this wouldn't have been possible were it not for the Trappers League. The guild was established in order to permit sustainable hunting and cooperation within the hunting fraternity at large. As a happy consequence of this union, the guild's members came to engage in friendly contests of skill. Inspired by such competitions, a handful of their number began to focus on perfection as opposed to mere practicality, transforming a skill into what may be termed an art. These individuals would go on to form a guild of their own. The Archers Guild, where men and women gather to attain mastery over the bow. More than a few members of the God's Quiver lose their first arrow within these very halls. And that, my friend, is a brief history of archery in Gridania. Doubtless you are more than eager than ever to take up the bow. It would be my pleasure to recommend you to our guildmaster. You must receive her permission if you are to join us. If you would excuse me a moment, I shall see to it that the relevant lists are amended. Please speak to me again in a short while. So, are you resolved to join the Archers Guild?
Well, the archer. Athelina, whatever, wishes to reaffirm your desire to join the Archers Guild.
The look on your eye bespeaks your determination. It would be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster Lucien. Lest you worry unduly, Lucien is an affable and kind-hearted woman. Even those not of the guild have been known to seek her counsel on various matters, and ever have they been given fair hearing. Lucien awaits you in the training area yonder. Present yourself before her and impress upon her your desire to join the guild. Greetings, adventurer. I'm told you wish to join our ranks. I am Lucien, the master of the Archers Guild, and I bid you welcome. Our doors are open to all who have the will to learn. Allow me to explain the basics of our art and offer you a foretaste of that which we teach the members of our guild. The bow's greatest advantage is its range. Unlike those arms used in other disciplines of war, it allows one to strike at an enemy from afar. Though the bow may not boast the destructive force of sword or spear, its myriad strategic applications more than compensate for this shortcoming. An experienced archer can immobilize the enemy by striking a leg, or sap its strength with a poisoned arrow. Rise to become a virtuoso of archery, and a veritable deluge of death will be yours to rain down upon your foes. By fighting from a distance, we can better assess the battlefield, and thereby determine the most advantageous course of action. This is a paramount import, as our role in battle is to exploit the enemy's weakness. With the requisite placement and timing, but a single arrow may serve to turn the tide. To this end, the guild seeks to instill a discerning eye within its members, that they might learn to strike at vulnerability swiftly and surely. Now, any half-wit can bend the bow, but it is no simple undertaking to become a skilled archer. You must be prepared for a long and arduous journey. Are you resolved to complete that journey?
Will you dedicate yourself to archery? Sure.
That is well. From this moment forth, you can consider yourselves one of our number. Now lend me your hunting log if you would. I will add to the names of such creatures as would provide a fitting challenge to an archer. And to help you on your way, I bestow upon you this short bow. Arm yourself with your new weapon, and then speak to me again. I would have you undertake a trial to gauge your fitness to join the guild.
My first bow. Lucien wishes to gauge your aptitude for archery.
Ah, yes. The bow becomes you, Raid. Now, before proceeding any further, I must needs gauge your innate aptitude for archery. To this end, I hereby assign you the following trial. Slay the squirrels, ladybugs, and fungars that roam just beyond the city gates. 3 of each should suffice. In so doing, you will prove your fitness to join the Archers Guild. It goes without saying that you must do so using your bow. Report back to me when your task is accomplished. Go now, Raid, and earn your place within these halls.
That is not a door that opens.
Welcome back, Raid. It would seem that you have successfully completed the trial. You have proven yourself worthy of a place within these halls. It is with pleasure that I name you an Archer of the Guild. As fellows of the Path, let us together strive for greater mastery of our art. Now, though you may be a member of this Archers Guild, know that your seniors will not collar you with personal intention. It is up to you to seek out the experiences you need to grow as an archer. By way of the first step, I encourage you to practice proper technique. Loose arrow after arrow, paying close attention to form until the improvement becomes second nature.
Until the movement protect becomes something that blah blah blah.
When drawing your bowstring has become as natural to you as drawing breath, and the world seems clearer when viewed down the shaft of an arrow, return to me. Farewell, my young apprentice.
Blah blah blah. A matter of perspective. Guildmaster Lucien wishes to instruct you on the fundamentals of archery.
Good evening to you, Raid. I felt that it was about time you returned. Have you grown more accustomed to the bow? Before we go any further, I wish to ensure that you have grasped the fundamentals of essence of archery. Tell me, Raid, do you truly understand what it means to see clearly? To see clearly is not merely to look, it is to observe with intent. Fail to do this, and no amount of talent with the bow will avail you. An archer must remain vigilant for any trace of his target, overlooking not the smallest detail lest it prove crucial to the realization of his purpose. He must, in short, see clearly. The coming task will test your powers of observation. A number of targets have been hidden throughout the city. I would have you seek out and destroy them. Each will fall easily to your heavy shot technique. When you have completed the task, return to me and we will continue.
Oh, there it is. What? Oh. That was not it. Or that was not the only one. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There we go. One more. Yay!
Ah, you have returned. I trust you have begun to comprehend the crucial importance of seeing clearly. The next trial will test your powers of observation and battle. Travel to the North Shroud, and there put down 8 micro-chews and 8 opo-opos. In contrast to the inanimate and wholly unthreatening targets of the previous trial, these creatures may be relied upon to move around and fight back. Nor are those the only differences. Being comparatively numerous, micro-chews and opo-opos are anything but difficult to find, and yet you may be assured that this task will test your powers of observation, albeit in a different manner. This time you'll need to evaluate the abilities of your opponents. In so doing, you will learn, amongst other things, that micro-chews produce a poison that can quickly sap one's strength, while opo-opos, like archers, possess the advantage of range. Knowing their strengths, how will you go about mitigating them? If you commence your attack before identifying an effective strategy, you will soon be made to regret your folly. But if you take the time to observe your targets from afar, you will surely glean the knowledge necessary to defeat them. I look forward to hearing of your success, Raid.
God, the monkeys! Welcome back, young Raid. Tell me, were you able to put your techniques to good use? When faced with an enemy who can attack from a distance, simply raining arrows upon it is wasteful and dangerous both. The battle would be not more than a contest of strength. They threw poo at me! By employing the appropriate technique, however, one may bring down one's foe with greater ease and fewer arrows. Perhaps, for instance, you may choose to prime your weapon well and strike hard, or employ toxins to sap their strength over time. On the assumption that this fact dawned upon you prior to the fall of your 16th target, I congratulate you on passing the trial. Sever, what is your honest let me try that again. Severi, what is your honest evaluation? Not bad, if you ask me. The adventurer pulls a good bow, and is enthusiastic besides. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Lay Alipo, and this is my second year at the guild. It's quite plain that you have talent with a bow, but you must take care to mind your surroundings when you are pursuing a target. I had my eye on you for the duration of your trial, but not once did you notice my presence. Mind your surroundings. That is rich coming from you. Your every movement is wasteful, adventurer. Your back is crooked and your elbows are misaligned. It takes an age till you prime your bow and twice as long to loose an arrow. In summary, you fail on all counts. You have no talent as an archer, none whatsoever. I shall say it plain, Lucien. This man is not fit to wield a bow. For our sake and his, we should revoke his membership. I've always said, outsiders can scarce be expected to understand, never mind master our noble art. We waste our breath trying to teach his like. Well, allow me to introduce you to Sever, our comrade at the butts. The fellow was once of the god's quiver, you see, and he can be a little opinionated when it comes to archery. Oh, but you mustn't pay him any heed. He's like that to everyone. You'd be lucky to get much sense out of a fossil-brained wildwood Ellison like him at the best of times. With them, it's always 12s with this and elementals that. No offense intended, Lucien. None taken, Lay. I know full well that some of my kind can be prideful to excess and intolerant of other races. Although people may behold the same object, ever will they see different things. There's no right or wrong to it, for it is a question of perspective.
What matters is the perspective we choose to adopt. You all possess the bright eyes, Raid. Eyes that bespeak great understanding. They shan't lead you astray, so trust to them and to what they see. Go now and resume your training. I look forward to marking your progress when next we meet.
Training with Lay. Guild Master. Oh, that's culinarian. The Grill Master is culinarian. This is archery. It's Guild Master. Guildmaster Lucian wishes you to learn how to see things from different perspectives. It pleases... Sorry.
It pleases me to see how you have grown as an archer. Plainly you have taken my counsel to heart and learned to see with your own eyes. I would now have you discover what it means to behold things from a different standpoint. You'll recall Le Alapo, your senior in the guild. I've given you over to her care for this lesson. Speak to her and do as she bids. I've been expecting you, Raid. Should we get on with it then? First, a quick review. Remember how the Bowmaster had you seek out and destroy targets hidden throughout the city? Well, I would have you do the same. This time, however, you'll need to venture outside the gates. I'm sure you realize this by now, but there are no guarantee of safety within the Twelveswood. As you search, you should take care to mind your surroundings. You won't have the luxury of focusing solely on your quarry this time. You'll have to keep your eyes peeled for potential threats as well. That said, your objective is to destroy the targets alone, so avoid unnecessary combat and maintain a safe distance from any hostile creatures you encounter. Should you come under attack, take to your heels, risking direct confrontation only if you can't outrun your pursuers. The targets are hidden in the central shroud. As before, use the heavy shot technique to destroy each one with a single arrow. Go well, Raid.
There. Okay, well, never mind. I'm dumb. Blue Badger then. Boo Badger. Boo Badger. Boo Badger.
Well, you made short work of those targets. I must say, it seems you've learned to seek your prey without being preyed upon. Let's continue then. I've a mind to give you a more practical experience, and we received a request that just recently which I think will provide the perfect opportunity. Since tree slugs and vultures have been congregating in ever-increasing numbers in the vicinity of the honey yard, causing no end of trouble for the locals, we have been tasked with culling the beasts. The request comes direct from Stillglade Fane. When the wood wheelers and the gods' quiver cannot spare the forces to attend such matters, the conjurers often turn to us to help. And before you ask, there's a good reason why they would rather not see to this particular task themselves. The creatures in question possess abilities which can cause problems for the magically inclined, but that's quite enough about the conjurer's troubles. Lucienne taught you how to discern an enemy's key traits, did she not? Well, now you'll need to do so while maintaining situational awareness, lest you be overrun. Consider this a comprehensive review of her lessons and mine own. Your orders are as follows. Head out to the East Shroud, and there put down 8 tree slugs and 8 vultures, using all the skills you have acquired thus far. Good hunting, Raid. I will just take the boat. That's at the Lancer's Guild, yes. Oh God, what have I done? Ow, what? Oh. Judging by your smug expression, I'd say you acquired a feel for maneuvering to exploit enemy weaknesses while covering your own. Vultures are wont to keep their opponents at wing's length, and their attacks will send you flying. The solution to this is simple. Maneuver to the rear. Tree slugs, on the other hand, have an annoying knack of disrupting spellcasting with their secretions. As such, you would do well to keep the creatures away from any mages in your party. Needless to say, good positioning is key to success in battle, which is why it is absolutely essential that you know your target's traits. The knowing of these traits is a fundamental part of hunting. Before the Keepers of the Moon conceived of archery, they dwelt not in the city, but the forest. For my people, hunting was a way of life. In hindsight, I suppose this was more of a lesson on hunting than on archery. Still, Lucien knows well my past. Perhaps that was her intent. Hunting, too, is an art. Before I came to Gridania, I never gave it much thought. But the more I think of home, the more I begin to realize... Forgive me, I'm not given to fits this sentiment, truly. Forget I said anything. But do not forget that a hunter must recognize his prey's weakness and strike swiftly when the opportunity presents itself. That concludes the lesson. Now I suggest you pay Lucien a visit. She is doubtless eager to hear from you. It is good to see you, Raid. I hope you have learned much from Lay.
You adventurer, is it true? Are you the one that slew the tree slugs and vultures? Yes. How dare she entrust the security of our people to the hands of a stranger? I knew Makote were reckless, but she is downright irresponsible. Shame on her! Did I not warn you it was folly to suffer that woman's presence at our guild, Lucien? Every time she wastes an arrow on game, she drags our noble art back into the darkness. Aye, and this boy, too. He is an embarrassment to us all.
That is quite enough, Sylvia. Your skill with a bow is undeniable, as is your love for our nation. Yet there is much in more you have yet to learn about archery. Raid has matured greatly in the short time that he has been with us. You know this to be true. I suggest you come to terms with Raid's presence here. You will be giving him his next lesson, after all. Unless, of course, you have any objections. Good. As for you, Raid, I would have you devote yourself wholly to training ahead of your lesson with Sylvia. Suffice it to say, you will not be an easy instructor to impress.
On that, we can agree.
Violators will be shot. Guildmaster Lucien desires you train under Sylvier.
Welcome back, Raid. I trust you have been keeping your nose to the grindstone. As I mentioned last we spoke, you will train under Sylvier's tutelage today. Put aside your misgivings and avail yourself of his wealth of experience. Go now and present yourself before him.
I see it was too much hope that you would not return. The others believe that you have potential, but I am not so easily convinced. Like so many adventurers, you have not the faintest inkling on what it means to be an archer. And how could you? Archery is the proud tradition of Wildwood Elysian. The essence of this art, to read one's enemy, has been instilled in us over centuries. In that time, we have defended this great nation against every imaginable foe, granting us insight which you will never possess. Can you recognize the subtle signs that betray a coming action? No. Can you accurately predict the opponent's movement? No. Can you glean your foe's intention at a glance? No. And can such things be learned by one who knows nothing of our traditions? No. It is only out of respect for Lucien that I have agreed to teach you. Go to the East Shroud and seek out targets hidden there, but do not presume this will be as easy as before. As I told you, the ability to read one's enemies is fundamental to archery, yet the trials set by my colleagues did not require you to do this. Mine will. The targets you seek have been hidden, and I do mean hidden, in the midst of a region rife with savage beasts. They will play the part of your enemies. In the unlikely event you spy a target, your limited range will necessitate that you slip past its bestial guardians prior to taking aim. A feat I considered beyond you. Was that a frown? I'm happy thinking that the Makote set you a similar task. You are wrong. She asked merely that you consider where your foes are. I demand that you discern precisely where they will be. How then will you go about this? Observe them closely and discern their characteristics. Learn to read their movements and recognize patterns in their behavior. If it has eyes, let it not see you. If it has ears, let it not hear you. Be neither where it nor be it is, nor whether it means to be, and thereby pass unnoticed. But enough talk. Whether or not you heed my counsel is your decision. I will shed no tears should you fail. So you have returned. A passable performance for an adventurer, but the bare minimum for any archer. I carry with me generations of wildwood tradition, a tradition built upon the bones of the many outsiders who tried to take what is ours. It was my ancestors who first learned to conceal their presence and fight from the shadows, to hold the enemy at distance to protect the weak. All of it, everything was... This is a waste of time. You cannot understand. But if you are so intent upon following in the footsteps of my people, I bid you go to the North Shroud. Ixil scouts have been sighted near the river west of Etat Spire, and unless you are entirely ignorant of Gridanian history, I need not explain that this act of repression is part of a centuries-old conflict. The minions do not matter. It is their leader, Nizul Katlan, the Violator, who must fall. He commands the scouts and will be well guarded, yet he stands upon hostile ground with birdmen and not walls for protection. If you are diligent and determined, you can slip through their defenses and slay their leader. This is the art of the Gridanian archer. Embrace the wisdom I have bestowed upon you, and this fight will be short. If you see the deed done, adventurer, I will take it as proof as your commitment to us, and labor no more to drive you from the guild. Now go. Yeah, I got a Ethernet there. Oh, the light beam of doom. Where am I going?
Sneaky sneak. This'll my force, not if I have anything to say about it. What the hell? I shall assist you, adventurer. I was handling it. What are the latest magics? Attain a safe distance. Suppose I could like poison this stuff. Uh-oh. I think the rest figured out I was here. Now let's kill him. I'm done. Fun. Oh, and that was it. Bye, guy. Thanks, I guess. Even now, I struggle to credit the sentry's reports. Yet here you are, and Nizul Katal, the Violator, is no more. That a goddamn adventure should be so... Only by the grace of Namira herself could you have survived. But even though it was pure luck, I will keep my word, Raid. Should you stay or should you go, I care not. You have completed the task and are no longer my responsibility. Go now to Lucian. She'll doubtly wish to lavish you with praise. Oh, you'll get no more from me. Off with you.
I'm given to understand you single-handedly drove off an Ixiel scouting party, and that you did so with precision and guile. How exactly is that training, Lucien? Raid's just an adventure. Sylvia thrust him in the jaws of an enemy in the hope that he wouldn't come back. And when, against all expectations, he did come back, that stubborn ass still refused to acknowledge his skill. Is that truly your impression? Well, yes, he said it was pure luck. Mere noise. Sylvia sees Raid's skill, that I have no doubt. Did you not mark the way he covered his mouth when he uttered the words? It is a habit of his to do so on those occasions when his tongue and his heart are in disagreement. For all his skill in reading the idiosyncrasies of others, he has yet to recognize his own. Impressive work, Raid. You have applied yourself to Lay and Sylvia's lessons and demonstrated your command of the core concepts. You are now an archer in your own right. Allow me to teach you something to commemorate this accomplishment. Repelling shot is an advanced technique that enables an archer to evade attacks whilst continuing to fire upon his opponent. Used wisely, it can grant you a brief respite in the heat of battle. I have faith that, with regular practice, you will learn how to best employ it to your advantage. Remember your senior's lessons as you strive for true mastery.
To catch a poacher, Guildmaster Lucian wishes you to go to Buscarin's druthers.
You can't come at a good time, Raid. I have a task for you. A petition has arrived from the proprietor of Buscarin's druthers out in the South Shroud. The petitioner, Buscarin himself, has requested our assistance in dealing with a gang of poachers. I would have the three of you meet with him and investigate his claims.
The three of us? You mean Raid, myself, and...
I would be better if I went alone, Lucian. The Makoti and... The other one will only encumber me.
No, Severe, you'll go as 3. Also, it is past time you recognize Raid as a fellow archer.
I will not. I have held my tongue on the matter of his continued presence here, but I will bend no further.
Who in the 7th house do you think you are? Bolord Lewin? In case you've forgotten, you aren't even a Quibbleman anymore.
That may be, but I have shed blood defending our borders, unlike you, savage.
Savage? You know nothing about me, you bigoted son of a... Enough! But one more word and you shall have cause to regret your petulance. The 3 of you will go to Busgrim's brothers in the South Shroud. Now out of my sight!
Yes. I hate the Shroud. What voice did I give this guy again? Crap.
You must be back. You must be from the Archers Guild. Welcome, friends. Now, as your guildmaster has said, I put in a request for some keen-eyed archers to help me track down a gang of poachers that have been plaguing these parts. If I may, it is not uncommon to find poachers in this region. While regrettable, neither the gods Quiver nor the Wood Whalers deemed them worthy of attention. Why, then, did you imagine them worthy of ours?
'Cause these ain't no common poachers. They're Pawa Majuk's gang.
They say she and hers are always moving, staying one step ahead, but I reckon she's hiding out there somewhere. Thing is, I can't just send my people out searching. I made a pact with the Red-Belly Bandits, see? We stay out of their territory, and they don't make no trouble at the Druthers. That being so, I summoned the massed ranks of the Whalers and the Quivermen. All 7 hells would swiftly break loose, assuming they thought the matter worthy of their attention, of course. Needless to say, it's not an option. As luck would have it, though, I've got 3 keen-eyed archers to take care of things instead, and all without raising no alarms. We understand. You may leave the matter to us. Lay, Raid, split up and scour the area for any sign of the poachers. Should you discover anything, return here and wait. We will reconvene to compare our findings ere long. Go.
So I can't sit down and wait.
An iron leg trap and a poacher's arrow. These are both evidence. These are both evidence of illegal activity, but nothing that will help us find Pawa. And these mead bottles are but old refuse, from before the Druthers was even built. They have no connection to the gang.
What do you know of this Pawa woman, Salvier?
I know that she is the most infamous poacher ever to walk the Twellswood. A born leader, deadly with the bow, she formed her own gang of Makote hunters. She was apprehended once and would have been brought to justice had she not tricked a foolish young sentry into releasing her before vanishing without a trace.
Is that so? In any case, we scoured the area and found nothing. How do we know that this power was ever even here? I say we inform the gods Quiver and the Wood Whalers, taking care not to implicate Boscaron and leave the rest to them. This doesn't concern the Archers Guild.
It concerns Gurdanya, Le. Pawa Majuk is a savage and utterly immoral poacher whose actions, however indirectly, threaten the city's well-being. But what would a vagrant like you know of the duty to one's homeland? No more than he, I suspect.
How dare you! And you, Raid, say something!
Now's not the time for this! Very well. We will return to the matter at hand. Perhaps we should take a second look at the clues we have gathered.
Look all you want. Though the trap and arrow we found suggest poaching, there's nothing remotely unusual about them. What do you think we should examine, Raid?
The arrow. We know that this is a poacher's arrow. Beyond that, it tells us nothing.
How about the Iron Lake trap?
This trap is a common tool used for hunting beasts. Such devices do not distinguish between friend and foe, and have been the cause of much tragedy, both man and chocobo. Gridanian hunters would never stoop so low. Poachers, meanwhile, are wont to litter the forest floor with these accursed things. That said, I see nothing here that will lead us to power.
Alright, how about the empty mead bottles?
Why are you still carrying that rubbish? I told you those bottles predate the Druthers. They have no connection with this matter.
But if these bottles are so old, why do they retain the scent of mead? They must surely have been opened recently.
Wait. Before the calamity, Boscaron once served as a sentry. Yet even then, he sometimes spoke of owning his own tavern. And it was an open secret that he was brewing his own private stock. If some survived. Of course, Bosker and Scar, his old lookout post. It may not be Pawa Majuk, but we must investigate at once.
Light beam of doom.
Any signs?
Look, the ground is covered in Makote footprints. These tracks are fresh. Very fresh. I'll wager the bandits were alerted to our coming and fled. Else they're hiding near...
Take cover!
And yeah, I was thinking we caught ourselves some... How do I do that? I'll just say it. And there I was thinking we caught ourselves some of the meddling bloody masqueraders. Not that I'm complaining. Hiding your face is downright bloody rude when you ain't been introduced. Speaking of ill manners, don't you know you ain't decent to barge your way into a lady's bedchamber without knocking?
You would lecture us on manners? Truly, I've heard it all. They have us outnumbered. We best split up.
The leader's mine. I'll try to isolate her from her litter. Silver, Raid, the rest I leave to you two.
As you will.
More power! Get the bastards!
Focus on my target, Raid. We can take them down faster if we work together.
Don't let them get away!
There you are.
We cannot allow that conjurer to draw this out. Remember your techniques. Finish her quickly while she is weak.
Very done.
Bloody hells, why won't you two die?
Stay on your toes, Raid. This lot is quicker than the rest. Watch their movements and dodge their attacks. Was that the last of them? Have you seen Aleppo? With me, Raid.
Tis. Those are piss poor showing, sister. And you call yourself a keeper? A hunter with no fangs ain't nothing but prey. No! Ah, bugger. Looks like playtime's over. Be seeing you, sister. Power magic. I was no match for her.
So it was power magic after all. Buscaron must be informed.
Seven hells, they were at my old post, and they drink my old mead! That stings most of all. Well, 'tis past time to proper authorities were informed. I'll send messages to the Wood Whalers and God's Quiver. Red-bellied bandits won't like it one bit, but I'll see that they're told exactly who the military is after. I only hope it'll be enough. Of course, Power Mojik's no fool. Now she knows she's been spotted. She'll break camp and be long gone by the time the next bell sounds, and the trail won't stay fresh long neither. Anyway, you've done me a great kindness, friends. Tell Lucian I appreciate the help.
Welcome back, Raid. Sylvia tells me you encountered Power Mujik. No Gridanian could fail to recognize that name, so oft it has been spoken, and with such bitterness. I fear we lack the strength to face her ourselves. This is a matter for the God's Quiver and the Wood Whalers. That you confronted her and survived is a testament to your growing mastery of our art. And I was surprised to take note that Leia and Sylvia were not at loggerheads upon their return. I presume we owe this unnatural slate of affairs to your calming influence. No? Modest to the last. Truly, your every deed bespeaks a clarity of vision far beyond your years. I implore you to share your perspective with your peers and help them to grow into better, wiser archers. As you go forth and temper your skills in battle, know that we always look forward to your return. Homecoming. Guildmaster Lucien wants to attend to your fellow archers. Raid, I had hoped you'd come. You may be able to help. I'm concerned about Leia and Sylvia. They show signs of losing perspective, and, well, mayhap it is best you see for yourself. I cannot help to feel that both would benefit from your counsel. Consider this a personal request, Raid.
Oh, gods. Did Lucien send you to pester me by any chance? This is hardly her concern, and it's most definitely not yours. If you must know, I've decided to leave the guild. I mean to track down Pawa Mujuk and finish what we started. The God's Quiver and Wood Whalers seem content to ignore our warnings, but I will not let her escape again. I already made that mistake once, and it cost me my place in the God's Quiver. I, the foolish young sentry of whom I once spoke. It was me. We had her, Raid. There was no escape. But then she began to wail about a wounded comrade, one who would surely die without her help. She looked me straight in the eye and begged. And I blinked. I failed to see through her most elementary ruse. I failed Gridania and the God's Quiver. And while that can never be forgiven, mayhap I can reclaim a measure of honor by stopping her. But a wanderer like you would not understand what it means to betray your people. Worry not. I do not intend to leave just yet. I will continue to gather information until I am certain of Majuk's whereabouts. Make no mistake, though, it is only a matter of time. Now run along, will you? Oh, and if you're so concerned about your fellow guildmates, you should attend to that moping Makote. The sight of her shuffling around with staring at her feet is bad for morale. Not that it matters to me.
Oh, it's you. Tell me, Raid, do you ever think about home? Do you ever wish you could go back? Mine was just another poor village in the Twellswood. The fields were more stone than soil. The merchants hardly ever bothered to visit. We didn't have a lot, but we didn't need it. And then the calamity came. I remember running, and the screams. It was so loud, Raid, so unbearably loud. And then I was here, in a strange city, surrounded by more people than I'd ever seen. I didn't know any of them, but I knew how to hunt. I was always good at hunting, Raid, and the guild gave me a place to get better. At least I thought I'd gotten better. Pawa Mujuk, she was so much more. I've been thinking, Raid, that maybe this is a sign. Maybe Silver is right, and this guild, the city, is no place for an outsider like me. And so I've decided to leave. Glad to have known you, Raid, even if it was for a short while. Forgive me if this is too selfish a request, but before I go, I'd like to meet with you one last time. Alone, in the South Shroud. These Gridanians would not understand. Don't hurt him! And there I was, thinking you mightn't accept my kind invitation. I don't recall inviting him, though. 'Tis rude to presume, Sonny, and I do so hate rudeness. Wait, it's not his fault. It's mine. I invited him. He's a member of the Archers Guild like me, and he's not Redanian. I do begin to recall his face. He knows how to hold a bill, that one. Well, he ain't the typical recruit, but I reckon I might be willing to make an exception. No, it's not like that. I wanted to say goodbye. Raid, ever since I met Pawa, I've been at a loss, but I realize now my place isn't at the guild, with the Gridanians. They'll never accept me. This is where I belong, with my people, carrying on our traditions, our archery, not Gridania's. It's all I have left, Raid, so I'm going with Pawa. Maybe you don't understand now, but just promise me you won't tell Lucien, or Sylvier.
The hells I won't!
Raid! I had a feeling he might be harboring a few niggling objections. Worry not, sister.
Shoot the bastard!
No! Ain't no love lost twixt ye and the guild, is there? Then what's the problem of feathering a bloody venturer? No bugger will miss him. I'll miss him, all right, so just stop. Dear me, I had such high hopes for you, Miss Aleppo. Waste of bloody time. A keeper what's lost her nerve about as much use to me as a glass bow. But there's no sport in killing captured prey. I better not see neither of you again, 'cause if I do, I'll show you what happens to prey that ain't daft enough to get caught twice. Away, sisters, away! How do you do it, Raid? How do you live in this place with these people? And why do you even bother? What have they ever given you besides scorn? Well, what do you see in them, Raid? Even though you joined the guild after I did, you've come so far so quickly. Maybe you even surpassed me. I have to know how you've done it. I have to know what it is I'm doing wrong. And there's only one way I can think of to find out. Meet me at the Bannock. Shall we begin, Raid? Then defend yourself. Show me what these people have taught you. I said fight me, damn it! Why are you holding back? Is that all you got? I know you can do better. But I'm not finished yet. For my people, for my family, for me. I see now. So simple. You have opened your eyes and looked beyond your master's faults. You've accepted their teachings and taken them to heart. Even Sylvier, for all his bigotry, wishes only to preserve his traditions. I lost sight of everyone else's struggles and became obsessed with mine own. I was so afraid to let go of my cherished notion of archery, my family's notion, and learn another way. I didn't want to betray them or dishonor their memory. But I have a family here, too. A family that sees the wider world is willing to show me how blinkered I become. As archers, we train our eyes and minds to be unforgiving, defy any attempt at concealment, and discern the naked truth. It's little wonder, then, that I have neglected to look inside myself until now. Though unquestionably worthwhile, I have found the experience rather excruciating. Thank you, Raid. I know now that I belong at the guild, together with you and Lucian. And yes, even that bloody Wildwood. God's help me, I think I might actually miss him. Welcome home, Raid. You need not say a word. One look at his eyes was enough. Thank you for returning her to us. When we focus on a single goal and pursue it with passion and fervor, it becomes easy to lose sight of what else lies before us. With your skill and vision, Raid, you can help your fellow archers to look beyond themselves and remember their comrades. I hope I can count on your support in the future.
One that got away. Guildmaster Lucine is having a heated discussion with Sylvia. Perhaps you should intervene.
Thank the gods you've come, Raid. Perhaps you could talk some sense into this stubborn fool.
Calm yourself, Sylvia. At least let us petition the Order of the Twin Adder for... There's no time, Lucine. Power will be long gone before her forces even assembled. Their forces even assembled. Alone I can move more swiftly, take these poachers by surprise, and force them to divulge her location.
We understand how you feel, Sylvia, but it's too reckless. At least permit Raid and me to accompany you.
You, the Avenger and the Savage, you do not, you cannot understand.
Sylvia! But I do understand. I know what it means to take pride in your home, to want more than anything to protect it, and to be consumed by guilt when you cannot. I see what you're going through, Sylvia, and I understand. This guild taught me to open my eyes and see clearly. I beg you, Sylvia, open yours. You have friends here, ready to fight. You have us.
I never considered you my friends. Do not follow me.
Well, his lying certainly hasn't improved. If he honestly thinks he's doing us a favor by forbidding us to getting involved, he's an even bigger fool than I imagined. Come, Raid, to the South Shroud.
This is unfortunate.
Sylvia!
Raid, I told you not to follow me. I neither need nor want.
Don't take me for a fool. You cannot conceal the truth from this archer's eye. Raid, the others are almost upon us. We must make our stand here and protect Sylvia. Brought friends, did you? You won't have to die alone. If you want him, come and claim him. These ones are feisty. Daniel bastards! How dare you attack our people!
I told you, I do not need or want your assistance. Quite why you have deluded yourselves into thinking.
You're the one who's deluded, thinking you could deceive us, when even a blind man can see that you cover your mouth every time you tell a lie. Observe with intent, overlooking not the smallest detail. Discern your subject's unique characteristics and recognize patterns in their behavior. I learned these things from Lucian, and from you. And I'll be damned if I'm going to watch you get yourself killed. There's so much I don't know about Gridania and Wildwood archery. So much that I need you to teach me.
I suppose fixing your form is the least I could do.
Why, you...
Pawa's gang is already on the move. We have but one chance to catch them. Poachers throughout the Twelves would use bone whistles like this one to communicate. With it, I believe we can lure Pawa out of hiding, assuming she has not moved on.
So that's why you came to Taker's Rot, for this gang's whistle.
Raid, if you are determined to help me, I have a task for you. Pawa is last seen near Isumhar, to the east of this camp, though a hollow tree trunk is a clearing where two streams meet, and Fs are wont to congregate. We will lay our trap there, and you will be the bait. Do not fear, Raid. I swear upon my honor as a Gridanian archer that no harm will come to you.
Bollocks. I knew I should have trusted my gut. Some blokes just can't take a hint.
I do hope you'll forgive my fortis, madame.
No, no, sir. 'Tis most flattering. Wouldn't you agree, sisters? But why don't we show our gallant Wildwood Admiral and his mates just how much we appreciate their attentions? I hope you like it rough, darling.
Nay, Ray, deal with the others. Pawa and I have unfinished business.
Heh, as you will. If you wanted to dance, all you had to do was ask. My sisters ain't to your liking. Too bloody picky's your trouble. Just me, or is it getting a bit chilly out? Don't worry, folks. I'll keep you warm and toasty.
Hey, Ray, sprayed out. She has oiled arrows. And I thought you only had eyes for me.
I can't. I won't.
Did you learn nothing from my lesson? Your style is far removed from proper wildwood technique. Still, you acquitted yourself well enough, I suppose. I will see to Pawa. Should she try to escape, she will find me less sympathetic than last time.
Did you see it, Ray? A perfect shot! Lucian must hear this. Now let's hurry back to Gridania at once. The world can seem clear when viewed down arrow shaft, but an archer must think more than just its target.
It was my people, the Ellison, who gave rise to the noble tradition of archery. To see it thus parodied by outsiders, it is an outrage.
Oh, these are old things they say. Okay, fair enough.
I am relieved to see you again, Raid. Had the three of you have not been united in your purpose, Pawa Mujuk would still be free, and one or more of you would surely be dead. I am so proud of you, Raid. Not only have you mastered our teachings, but you have also helped your guildmates regain the perspective they had lost. For showing such compassion to your peers, I will teach you a new technique, Windbite. With Windbite, you can bring the power of the very air around you to bear against your opponents, and they will suffer on long after you have knocked your next arrow. It will serve you well in battle, I am certain. All archers walk the same path, Raid, toward improvement and discovery. As long as you have the vision to see the path ahead, you will continue to mature and excel. Yet we all grow weary and lose direction in time. When this befalls you, I have no doubt but you will find your way back to us. Trust in your eyes, Raid. They will never lead you astray.